Okay, folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
And together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Brad, how do tight hamstrings cause low back pain and sciatica?
That's the big question today, Bob.
It is the big question.
Because how many times have people say, or I'll have people come in and say, I'm stretching my hamstrings for my back. I don't know why it works, but it works.
Right, they don't understand the concept, and that's why today we're going to take some time and show you how it all works. You got some nice diagrams, Brad.
Yeah, you wait till you see this. I'm an artiste. Yeah, so we're going to show you the mechanics of it, and then we're going to show you some really good ways to stretch them so that you can eliminate it, and then some other options if you don't want to stretch.
Okay, sounds good. Brad, by the way, we do have a couple new folks out there. If you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We've got a subscription button over here or down here. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. One more thing, Brad.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't liked us on Facebook, please do, because we're giving away stuff.
Okay.
We're giving away stuff all the time. In fact, right now...
That would mean free.
Yeah, that is free. We're giving away the Art Tree acupressure mat and pillow. They're giving away 5 of them. I'll have there's a form you have to sign up for. And here's the pillow. And you can look at the advertisement on there too. That shows you what it all entails. So
sure.
Like us on Facebook, and 5 of these free and 20% off if you sign up.
All right,
good
deal.
All right.
Okay, let's go to the hamstring issue with
Napoleon. Bonaparte.
Okay. So let's go to the hamstrings. There are 3 hamstrings to deal with. Not that you really need to know this, but all 3 of them on each side: the semimembranosus, semitendinosus,
and bicep femoris.
There you go. And they all connect or insert on the ischial tuberosity. That's your sit bone. That's when you sit on a hard surface, so you can feel that.
Right here, yep.
So they connect there and they go down. And this is an important part of hamstring mechanics with the hip and the knee, is they go across the knee joint. So look what happens. Here we got this represent the hamstrings, and they're on slack pretty much here, but if you bend the knee,
they really go on slack.
They really go on slack,
yeah.
Okay? However, bending the knee like this, they're probably pulling the knee up.
Yeah, they're pulling the knee up, right. So we mean if you go like this, you're slacking them more.
Right.
Or I guess like this.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Whatever, if you bend the knee, there's less distance from here to here, less hamstring tightness. Now,
that becomes important.
Right, because this is what happens. Bob, why don't you just bend forward with straight knees? You're going to pick something up off the floor. Now, what's going on with this hamstring in relationship to his back is what the question is. Now, let's do it this way so you can see this. Bob, can you grab?
Yep, I'll hold them right here.
Right there. Okay, let's get them straight up and down. So here we got slack hamstrings, and as you bend forward, look what happens. This point moves up, so that it pulls tighter and tighter on the hamstrings. And if you got loose hamstrings, it doesn't matter. You can keep on flexing. Yep. But if you've got tight hamstrings and you only get halfway down in your hamstrings, that's as far as they go because they're tight, then the back has to start to flex and bend.
Yeah, either the hamstring is going to take the stress or the back's going to take the stress.
Exactly. So, now, I've got a diagram, I think.
Yeah, that'll probably be clearer.
Yeah, but now you have a relationship with the human skeleton here. But let's go to my outstanding diagram.
Napoleon.
You bet.
Where are you, Brad?
Over here. Okay. Now, this is going to get me up.
The teacher,
Pulitzer
Brad.
Prize winner here. Okay, how tight hamstrings affect back pain. So if you look at here, can you zoom in, Matt? We got Matt today instead of...
Pulitzer Prize, by the way, is for writing, not drawing.
Well, I know, but I have some writing on
Oh, you do? Okay.
It's brief.
All right.
Okay, so here we go. The guy's got a smile on his face. The triangle represents the pelvis, and the bottom here is where it connects to that ischial tuberosity and below the knee, and then the red line represents the hamstring. These numbers are arbitrary just to make the point. Let's say it's 30 centimeters from here to here, okay? Everything is fine and dandy. And this person's got flexible hamstring. We go over to letter B. This person bends forward with a straight back to pick something up just like Bob did before, and they're going to need, instead of 30 centimeters, the distance goes another 8 centimeters, but because the hamstrings are flexible, it's easy to do. Everything bends. The back does not take any stress because the hamstrings stretch out easily. However, we go to this person with tight hamstrings. The hamstrings, instead of going to 38 centimeters, are only allowed to 33 centimeters. Again, the numbers are just arbitrary. The point is the hamstrings are too tight, and the pelvis only rotates half the rotation that it needs. So then the back, as you can see right here, is flexed like a banana.
So yeah, if I'm like this and I go like this and my hamstrings won't let me go any further, the movement in order for me to get down has to come from somewhere. So I start rounding out my back, which is really bad on your back, really hard on it.
Puts a lot of stress on it.
So,
and that's what the lines are for, stress. Oh, that's where I'm going to make big points with the artist people. And the other good point is because we know they're biarticulate muscle, if you flex the knee and keep the pelvis in the same position, actually you don't, the flexibility of the length of the hamstring is not near as important.
right.
So if you
So I can have tight hamstrings, but if I lift correctly, I keep the back straight,
Right.
the hamstrings are still not real tight, and I
Right.
can lift all the way to the floor.
Exactly. So
So-
that's really the best answer. However, in real life, how many people lift like that every time they pick something
Right, and
up?
sometimes you can't.
Right.
You're reaching into a box or something like
Exactly.
that.
Something gets in the way.
So, all right, you're going to show how to test your hamstrings,
Right.
Fred?
Yeah, so if you're wondering, gee, are my hamstrings tight or are they not? So we do the infamous 90-90 test. We do have a video just on this to go through the details, but this is going to be just a screen. So the person will lay down on his back, probably on the floor. A bed would be too soft. And you bring up, so we got a 90-degree angle here between the hip and the trunk. And then at this point, you got to keep the knee perfectly still and the femur vertical. And Bob's going to lift up as far as he can. Do you feel a stretch in your hamstrings, Bob?
that's as far as I go.
Right. So that is semi-tight, just telling you from my experience. If you can do this and you can straighten your leg, let's say so your knee can be perfectly straight up and down like this, you don't have tight hamstrings.
I'm glad you didn't try to make it go the way, Brad.
So
That was just as bad.
now I've worked with people that'll go from here and they'll get up to about here. And
Sure.
that's as far as they can straighten it. Those, if that's you, you've got tight hamstrings.
You've got a lot of stress on the back then when
Right,
you're lifting.
when you're bending over.
Okay.
And you'll know it when you bend. So that's just a good screen. Now let's go through a few stretches so that you can loosen those hamstrings up and take the stress off
All
your
right,
back.
I'll give you the materials, Brad.
Sure.
You want to start with a cane?
Sure. Well, we'll start without the cane.
Okay,
So
sure.
we're going to go in the same position that Bob was in to assess them or screen it. You can just put your hands here and you can do like this.
Yep.
And that'll stretch them and hold it. But that's kind of a lot of
You can
work.
have someone help you.
Yep, you can have a partner help you. Or if you're by yourself and you happen to have a cane like this, these seem to work good. You could do a hook cane as well. But this just makes it easier. Keep the knee straight. Okay, so the hamstring is lengthened and just pull up. Now, one thing you're going to find out if you do this and you put the cane up here and you pull your ankle this way at the same time, then you're going to start stretching the nerve and it gets really uncomfortable.
And you're stretching the calf too at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
keep it-
preferably not.
Yep, keep it down by the heel. And right there, keep this leg down straight, this up, and you're going to hold that 30 seconds and do that 2 or 3 times. Those hamstrings will straighten out. If you want to get the old stretch out strap, these are really handy as well.
These are from optp.com.
Yep. Just put that with your shoe, without your shoe. And the nice thing about this is they've got straps like that, so it really makes it easy.
They got handles all the way along. I think they got 10 handles, Brad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the way around.
Yeah.
Now, it is important, if you start doing this with your knee bent, it is absolutely doing no good for your hamstring stretch. So make sure the knee is straight, and that relates to our earlier part of the video. All right. Make sure you do both legs, because if you don't, you start walking in circles. Very
That's
important.
his favorite bad joke, by the way.
Oh, gosh. Bye-bye.
All right, so let's talk about body mechanics, right, Brad?
Sure.
So you can avoid some of this if you have bad hamstrings by just doing proper body mechanics.
And we just happen to have the perfect crate that
Yeah, works out good for that.
obviously, that's like Bob says, how many times do you lift something that is ideal to lift like this? Well, not always, but there are a number of times if you can. Bob's going to show what's going on with my back.
So we always like to use this as a visual because if he's doing it right, if he's lifting right, he's going to have 3 contact points: head, back, and sacrum,
Right.
or pelvis. So go ahead, Brad. Let's see if you can do it right.
We're going to do a good one here.
Yeah.
Going to go down like this. And there we go. So that takes the hamstring issue out
Yeah.
of it a great deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your
Now, a
hamstrings-
common mistake is this: you can bend your knee and still do this, and
Yep.
things are not lined up, are they, Bob?
No.
So I got to get back like this.
Yep, you're right. People say, "Oh, you just bend your knees and you're do it correctly." It's like, no, you can lift wrong even when you bend your knees.
Exactly. All right.
So,
Oh, there is one more thing for people who are pretty nimble and able for a quick hamstring stretch.
oh, sure.
You can simply go like this, but again, the knee has to be fully extended. The back. Why don't you put that? Think about the stick on the back, and I'm going to bend forward like this, as opposed to rounding my back like that.
So yeah,
go like
you're
this.
still right in there, Brad.
Oh, nice stretch. Okay.
Good.
Nice job, Bob. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you too, Brad.
One
You're
thing
nice,
for
nice artiste.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'll get some kind of award out of that.
Oh, I'm sure
Maybe
somebody will award you something.
I believe that. Take care.
Thanks for watching.